Live. All right, thank you, Scott. So, welcome to the Remarketing
Hey,
Podcast. My name is Jerome Lewis. I am your host for today, and today we're going to have a little bit of a special format. We're going to talk about, what it's like to work with us, and we're going to go over like a case study. I have the wonderful Scott Slackter, and he's going to tell you about some of his experiences in
Cameron.
working with us. We're going to go through some questions and talk about the process of
Hmm.
product creation and marketing. Scott, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you, Jerome. Thank you for having me on. I'm glad to be here.
You're welcome. Awesome, man. So we got a few questions for you. You've been here before and you talked about what you do in the business, and you're also one of our clients and our customers. So I would like to talk about that process, and I want you to be 100% honest, right? When we ask you these questions, I want you to share the good, the bad, the ugly, the positive, all of it. So I'm going to ask you these questions and be authentic and as transparent as possible. Sound good?
Yep, sounds good to me.
Excellent, excellent. All right, thank you, Scott. So the first question I would like to start off with is, what was your
Hmm.
problem before you started working with us? Before we started working together as a team?
So the biggest problem was leads.
Leads.
Um, I'm a new business owner, so I've never ran a business before. I started this in my spare time, in addition to my full-time job, before moving into the real estate arena. And one of the big things is for any business is marketing. I do nothing about marketing. I'm pretty tech savvy. I have a background in IT, but I just was really not educated about how our marketing platforms work in terms of social media and YouTube and what I should even be doing. And I'm very much a self-motivated learner, so I would read everything I could on it, but still when I read through them, I was left with this uncertainty of where to start. What's step one? So one of the things that cleared up was you guys gave me a very clear direction of the first thing I should be doing, just breaking it down into its steps.
Okay, awesome. And we've worked on like quite a few projects together. Some of the ones that jumped out to me immediately is the book, right? You've written a book.
Yes.
You have created like a funnel, like a marketing funnel, an actual marketing funnel, and then also
Yep.
you've created a course. Of those three items, which would you say you are most proud of?
Uh, um, I would say all of it. I would say, but the one that surprised me the most was the book.
The book.
So like I understood about funnels because I've read Expert Secrets with Russell Brunson. So it's click funnels. So I had experience of what they were and what they looked like. I wasn't quite sure how to implement them. So that's where you really helped me bridge that gap from understanding to implementation. But the book, I thought about writing books before about things that I know, or just sharing experiences, kind of like autobiographical a little bit. And I had no idea how fast it could happen. And the process you walked me through made it very easy. That I didn't have to spend hours and hours behind a computer screen or in a notebook trying to come up with what I was going to write or say.
Awesome. So the second question is, what results do you get? What results do you have from working with us? And I just kind of labeled them, listed them for you. I said a book, I said a funnel, and a course.
Yeah.
Are there any other things that you would count as results for us working together?
Yeah, we got ads running recently. So
As
we started ads running to the course so that I could start selling that and helping people who want to learn about what I do in the note space. Absolutely. And then we've got the book up on Amazon and setting up that author page so I could start telling people about that and helping them through that book as well. So, aside from the product creation and getting the information stuff out there and learning how to market myself better, the actual marketing system, the advertisements and stuff is in place now and ready to go.
okay. So this question, like, because we have like we known each other for quite a bit, this question can be a little bit tricky. So, it says, what kept you from working with us sooner? Do you have an answer to that?
I do, and it's really because I didn't know about how to do these things at first, and it was through getting to know you over time where you were starting to show me things, and it evolved into like, oh, hey, all right, let's do this. Because I didn't know what I needed necessarily, and as you kept like kind of bringing certain principles and concepts up, I just wasn't sure how to do it. And
Awesome.
so it was really my own ignorance, I guess you could say, my own like not knowing what you don't know and not knowing what you need to be successful and to be effective in getting yourself marketed online.
Okay. In your experience, what do you like most about the process, like working together?
I like how direct it is. I'm a very direct person, and the way you guys have been has been very like step one, step two, step three. Or if it's I need to post more to have a more active social media presence, it's like post 3 days a week. So there's a system in place. There's a method to it where it makes it easy for me. Like I can create Facebook posts on a Sunday, schedule them on my business page, and I know that they're going to hit. So that everything's being active and being seen. That organic traffic is starting to come to my business.
Awesome. Why would you recommend us to someone who might be on the fence?
The biggest reason is because it shortcuts your learning curve. I mean, you can spend all the time and money you want trying to do it yourself. The chances are you don't have the expertise that you guys have, because this is where you focused all of your time, attention, energy, and education. And then there's something to be said for that. You could spend the better part of a decade learning the stuff that you guys already know about and waste all that time in the meantime. Like that's money for you. The more money, more leads and traffic you have coming to your business through digital marketing and other sources like social media, the more business you're going to get in the long term and then in the shorter period of time. So really trying to do it all yourself is just shooting yourself in the foot, and you're hurting yourself. You just don't know it.
Thank you. Next question. If you were to recommend us to your best friend, what would you say?
I would probably tell him the exact same thing I just said. Like, don't try to do this yourself. Hire a professional. I know somebody who's reliable. I know somebody who is very well educated and understands the space better than anyone else I know. So you should go through him, and he'll show you exactly what to do with your social media presence, how to make changes, how often to be active, what types of activity to put on your pages, and will help you with content creation if you're stuck somewhere. He knows the best content to drive traffic to your main business or service or product even, because the digital marketing doesn't just apply to real estate, it applies to all businesses.
What made you choose working with us? This question can be a little bit weird too, but what made you choose working with us over anything else you could have done?
It was the amount of content you had provided ahead of time, really. You give a lot away for free, but you don't have to. That's very valuable. But it also shows how much knowledge you have and understanding and the grasp of the subject matter. So, learning that over time, I was able to say, hey, this is somebody I need to ask questions about these types of things with if I want to move my business forward.
All right. What are 3 benefits you've experienced as a result of working together?
So the biggest one is a clear understanding of what I need to do online to make sure traffic is coming organically or through paid ads to my business. That's number one. What was the question again? Sorry.
3 benefits.
There's 3 benefits. There's the fact that those products were created and just walking through that process, so I know the next time I can create a product on my own with the systems that you guys have connected me with and showed me how to use them and walk me through that. Aside from that, you record all those trainings. So if I needed to go back and needed a refresher, I could always go back to that and go, oh, where was that again? So that's huge. That being able to go back and refresh what you learned and practice it again. So if I have a new product or a new course, which I will be coming out with more, I can go back to that if I forget something, go right through it. But yeah, definitely having those products in place. And then the process in itself was a benefit, learning the process and having that to be able to access that whenever I need it.
Awesome, Scott. What was it like before we started working together on these projects?
So before we started working together, and you know me from going to that, I was at a lot of meetups doing everything in person and relying on handing my business card out and chance encounters. And that led to a lot of dead end relationships or dead end conversations or dead end business meetings that didn't go anywhere. So that was where things were before, and now things are becoming more fruitful. The leads that I am going to get in and that I have been getting in are more serious leads. They're more serious responses. These are people that are genuinely interested rather than they just want to hear me kind of give information or my expertise away for free, which is kind of what happens at networking events sometimes. And you and I both are aware of that.
Awesome. And final question that I have for you is, what surprised you the most or made you the happiest about working together?
Like I said, the biggest surprise for me was the book. You should see my face. I was like, I literally just wrote a book in like 2 hours. The whole book was done. I was like, there was some formatting and minor stuff. And I'm like, I did what you told me to do to get the basic content out, which maybe took me all of like a half hour to do it one day. And then the next day we met up and it was like, okay, well, we'll get this all taken care of. And boom, the book was up in like an hour or two. You walked me through the formatting and I was like, wow, it's done. I have a book.
Oh,
I was just
awesome.
like, that's crazy.
Scott, I really
And setting up
appreciate
the
you.
funnel was great too.
I appreciate you. You have been like one of the easiest people to work with. You just do what we suggest and you get it done. So that's one thing I really
Yeah,
admire
right.
about you. You know, we got this insider joke about robots, but robots produce, right? Like you just do it. Like we got
Yes.
products, we just produce. So I really appreciate you, Scott. I really appreciate you doing this interview. Thank you so much. And
Oh yeah,
I'll
anytime, man. You're
see you
welcome.
on the inside, right?
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate you guys helping me out and showing me the way.
Thanks, Scott. Appreciate you so much.
All right.
We'll be having you
All right.
back for some other stuff in the very near future.
All right. Sounds good to
All
me,
right.
Jerome.
Thanks, Scott.
All right. All right. You're welcome. Take care, man.